Episode 57 of the Luke and Lewis Show. Welcome, everyone. We've got a very special episode here. If you can't tell by the title, we got him. We got the king.
This is the big one. This is the episode
one.
that's been building for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nervous.
This episode is a momentous occasion for the show.
It is.
Daniel Tocknell, the Celeb Spot King, has come on the show. He very graciously afforded us an hour of his time, which, let's be honest, could be better spent hunting celebs. Did you almost fall off your chair, mate? You sneezed. Okay, good. Lucky. See? You know, Daniel Tocknell makes everyone nervous.
Sneezes are getting so aggressive these days. You almost just fell off your chair. Whenever Killen sneezes, he goes like full body.
He's trying to hold it in.
Sometimes you go. That's not good. You know what's bad for your holding and sneezes? Yeah. They come out at like 60 kilometers an hour.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Just a little fact. Anyway, so
Daniel Tocknell, the Celeb Spot King, as you guys know, spotting celebs has been a running theme of our show for like 2 years. You don't know where any of the buttons.
If you see in a
we've had this
person,
segment since on the radio show. We used to do it with callers.
Yeah, about 2 years.
I think
I
it's
would
all
say.
started because I saw, was it Alex Nation in the corridor?
Yeah, we were trying to. It was just.
Oh no, that was brief celebrity interviews.
I think it started off as an argument between us of like, is spotting a celebrity
I
at
think
the
I might
radio
have seen
station
a Bachelor
cool?
contestant outside of the radio station,
And we were like, does that count? We kind of decided no,
Yeah.
and then we were like, man, this is a segment.
and then we just got fascinated with this world of celeb spotting. Where do you find them? And then we found out there's people like Daniel who are pros.
Yeah,
Like they're,
that's all they do is just hunt celebrities.
and he's the king.
He's got an Instagram profile which you should definitely follow.
Smash
and
follow. He's up to
smash follow.
3,400 followers now, and I think half of them are listeners of our show.
You'll find out more about that in the interview that we
interview.
did. But yeah, he's a great guy. Definitely check him out. And
now a little bit of backtrack for those who maybe have missed the lead up to this saga.
sacrificed a lot for this man.
I think my friend sent me his profile picture going, check this kid's celeb spots. Like, because he thought I'd be interested because I'm into celeb spots.
Yeah.
And I was. Let's just go through a couple. Like Lil Pump. I'm just going through his Instagram, just having a scroll. Bono from U2.
Bono.
He's literally knighted. He's a sir now.
Oh, he is too.
So he's meeting
Sir Bono.
Other royalty. He's got Charlie Sheen, Kevin Hart,
Huge.
Youngblood at the
Youngblood.
airport. So he gets lesser known ones, but also A-listers.
Actually,
Sarah
show me
Jessica
the Kevin
Parker.
Hart photo. After Daniel told us the Kevin Hart story,
I
I want to
just
see
lost
the
it.
photo.
I just lost it. It's just on a red carpet.
All right, we'll stick around for the Kevin Hart
We'll put it
story.
up.
Yeah.
And Hugh Jackman. Now, the point is, look, I could keep scrolling forever and keep reeling off
He's
names.
got everyone.
He's got everyone. Like, we're talking even people you think he may not have. Ronnie Chang, boom, he's got it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Arnold Schwarzenegger, done.
dude,
Easy.
Sean Kingston,
Sean Kingston.
done. Like, it's
Over.
so, oh, here's Kevin Hart.
Yep. It's so much funnier now I know the story.
Yeah, wait till you hear the story.
Very good. So we got obsessed with this guy and we just decided we had to get him on
Billie
the
Eilish.
show. That's crazy that he got near her.
Yeah.
That's nuts. We decided that we had to get him on the show because he was obviously the celeb spot king. And we also were thinking, do we qualify as celebrities to be on his Instagram? Because a good friend of ours, Christian Hull, me and him have recently become more than good friends.
You have.
I would
And
say.
thank you for that.
Yeah.
Lewis-
And hey, man, you owe me.
Lewis, I do.
Yeah.
I do owe the show one now.
Mhm.
Because you took one for the team.
Yep.
A couple of episodes ago, a couple of weeks ago now on the show,
Yeah.
we were talking to Christian Hull about Daniel, trying to work out how to get him on, how to get his attention.
Yeah.
And we knew that Daniel was a fan of Christian because
Yeah.
Daniel had a couple of celeb photos with Christian Hull.
Yeah.
So
It
Lewis,
was our only connection that we knew.
I think it was
So
a bit spontaneous. We definitely didn't talk about it beforehand.
I was desperate.
Lewis offered a cock shot
Mhm.
to Christian. By the way, not unsolicited. Christian's been flirting quite a bit with Lewis over social media recently,
Yeah.
publicly,
Quite a bit. Quite publicly. I
this is
think
public
he's got
knowledge.
a little bit of a crush.
maybe.
Yeah.
And can you blame him? You're a handsome boy.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Mm.
Right? You're well dressed. Well, you're dressed, and that's great.
Hey,
Now,
man, he's only trying to
no,
fuck one
that's
of
what
us.
I'm saying. I'm not taking that
I
away
think you're a
from
bit,
you.
are you a bit jealous?
He's
that
a little.
Christian Hull only wants to fuck
You
me.
know what? Christian's never flirted with me.
Yeah,
And it's
and-
getting a little bit offensive at this point.
And you know what? Jealousy?
You know
Bad
what?
look on you.
I think one time he said, "Oh, I think one time he implied that I was pretty and then said, "But you're too young." I think one time he heavily implied I was too young.
Yeah.
Which you're a little bit older than me. I'm not sure how old Christian is. I think I look young.
Yeah.
But recently I look 40, so I don't know where he's getting that off.
Well, hey, man.
Anyway, Lewis offered a cock shot to Christian. Christian was very keen on that deal. Immediately messaged Daniel. Since then, Daniel's been in contact with us. So thank you, Lewis, for taking one for the team.
Yep,
Now, we will never confirm or deny. Well,
what I decided to do with Christian is I've forced him to sign a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA. Now, he's legally bound not to confirm or deny whether he has received a cock shot and his thoughts on that cock shot.
But all we can say is Daniel Tocknell is on the show. So you make up your own mind.
And Christian may or may not have had something to do with getting him on the show.
Christian, thank you for
services may or may not have been exchanged, but he's bound by an NDA and will not disclose the information. But I will say this, Luke, you owe me.
I do, and I owe the show,
Yeah.
and I think you've done great work, and I think no one is disputing that.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's going,
I'm a hero.
Lewis, yeah, you are. You're really a hero amongst people. You helped land us the king.
Yeah.
And for that, we thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please enjoy this episode with the Celeb Spot King, Mr. Daniel Tocknell.
Before we meet the king, we have to plug. Melbourne, I am doing the Comedy Festival. Tickets are on sale right now. Here are the dates. Here's the link. I expect you to get them. It's going to be a brilliant show.
And I just announced my brand new national stand-up tour, On the Run, because I've been fucking killing everywhere and they're after me. I can't help it. It's my bad, I know. But I'm coming to every single capital city in the country, going regional towns, and of course doing the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. So yeah, get down.
Luke and I are both doing our solo shows at the same venue at different times. So come and see us back to back.
Woo! Now to the Celeb King. All hail Daniel Tocknell.
Daniel Tocknell, welcome to the show, mate. You don't have to clap for yourself.
If you want.
Or you can.
He's not going to. Welcome to the show. Obviously, Celeb Spot King, the celeb hunter himself. I'm quite nervous that you're here, I'll be honest. Thank you very much for coming in.
That's okay.
And the amount of celebrity energy just wafting off you is incredible. Like you've met everyone. Like you've met
Not everyone.
Well, I would say do you reckon you've met like a lot of the most famous people in the world?
A lot of them. But
Yeah.
I've also missed a couple.
Who have you missed?
Yeah, who was the one that got away?
Oh, a few I can't even remember them all.
That's the thing. Wait, so like, is any that come to mind? When Ellen came to Australia a couple of years ago, did you get her?
Didn't try. I wasn't into it as much back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you're more into it now than you ever have been, do you think?
Yeah,
So you're in your celeb spot prime.
pretty much.
Yeah. So do you reckon this is the peak of your career, or do you reckon you'll keep like lifting up reaching higher? Like, do you reckon Oprah in 2021? Is
It all depends on who comes down.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When
So
are
you
you going to
think-
take the game overseas?
Probably in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
So that is something that you want to do? You want to go overseas and just spot in their natural habitat?
Yeah, something that I want to do.
Yeah.
That's great. So why did you start doing this celeb spot thing? Like, is there a reason behind it, or do you just do you like getting the photos? Do you love celebrities? Do you love stakeouts? Like,
Well-
why did you start?
My mum got me into this a few years back.
Right.
She used to meet just a few football players and stuff years
Mhm.
ago. And then she just brought me out to in-store meet and greets.
Yeah.
And that's when I met one of my friends who brought me out to the airport one day. And then we just started from there.
And you just caught the bug. You're
Yeah.
like, this is it.
And then when I got more into it and I realised how to do it, I go out for who I like and who comes down that I listen to,
Yeah.
and who I watch.
So
Yeah.
what we were talking about, Luke and I, was looking at your Instagram. Is all of the people that you get photos with? Do you know the work of all of them, or do you just go for famous people? Because it's such a wide variety.
We were confused at how can you be a fan of Youngblood, but then also like the guy from The Mentalist? Like, you must consume a lot of content.
Yeah, I go for a lot of people I know. Sometimes I don't know them as much.
Because I saw one with Kid Rock. Now I don't want to look. Maybe there's some Kid Rock fans out there. I don't want to speak on behalf of everyone,
I
but
haven't met Kid Rock.
really, oh, was that Billy Ray Cyrus?
Billy Ray
They look the
Cyrus.
same.
Man, that's a huge
That's
difference.
the same person.
No, that's
all right?
disrespectful to Kid Rock, and you should
No,
apologize.
I reckon it's
No,
disrespectful
sorry,
to
to
Billy Ray
Yeah,
Cyrus.
it's disrespectful to Billy Ray to
Have you
compare
met
him to
Kid Rock?
No.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
So are you a fan of Billy Ray Cyrus then?
I used to watch him with my sister back when.
On Hannah Montana?
Yeah, when he was
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Disney Channel.
Yeah.
'Cause
He's fan of the good shit.
Yeah.
Christine used to watch it all the time, and
Yeah.
I was just
And Christine's your sister.
yes.
Yeah, and so it's your mum, you, and your sister. But would you say that so it's in your blood, celeb spotting, but you're kind of like really the real winner in this family. Like you're
Wait,
really forging the path.
Yeah.
Do you get the
I'm
most?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Way to rub it in.
That's good.
Christine is here, and Daniel's just absolutely got a bit of a low blow there, but that's okay.
So so let's say someone's coming to us to Australia that you want a photo with. If you know when they're coming, what would you say out of 10 is the likelihood that you're gonna get a photo? Like, are you so good at it now that you could be like confidently 10 out of 10, I'll get it every time? What's the likelihood of getting a photo with someone that you
Like
want?
an A-lister, like someone doing Rod Laver Arena, say Kevin Hart or whatever.
Well, it all depends on how nice they are. Because sometimes people have said no to me one-on-one. I've been the only one there that just refused to stop.
Right.
Right.
Who's refused? Can you
Well,
mention names?
Juice WRLD refused me at the hotel 2 times before I eventually saw him at the airport.
Okay.
Oh, so and on the third attempt, you got
But
one.
you kept
I
trying.
wasn't even trying for him that day. I walked past and he was just standing there as I was trying for someone else.
Who are you trying for?
Lil Pump.
And then you got both.
Yes.
Two
Same
in one day.
And was
double header.
Lil Pump just like, yeah?
Lil Pump, he wouldn't stop inside the airport.
Mm-hmm.
But when he got out to the car, he called us over to the car and opened the door and took a photo.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that is
That was
nice.
the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, so
and
you've
then
seen Lil Pump twice.
3 times.
did he
Sorry,
remember
I feel like
you?
an idiot for suggesting only twice.
The second time he cracked it a little bit.
Yeah.
But then the third time he was okay. Me and Christine got a photo with him together because the security said, "Nah, you've already got one." Basically pissed off.
Oh, so the security remembered you from the last time.
Yeah, they're like, "No."
And how long ago was that?
Couple of days before.
Oh. So it wasn't months. It was a couple. So did you really
Why
need
did you
another
even
one?
want a third
Because
photo?
the selfie that I got with him, the car seat was kind of blocking his face.
Yep, so
Right.
you wanted to make it a good
The
flick.
second one,
Yeah,
it
you know,
was
he's quality and
was-
quantity.
kind of blurry.
Yeah.
So then I got the third one with Christine.
Right.
Yeah,
And that was the best one.
that was the best one. Yeah.
So if let's say you get Kanye West, right?
Have you ever got Kanye?
no.
Yeah.
No, but let's say you got Kanye
He'd be hard
West.
to get.
Yeah.
He'd be one of the hardest, like most coveted celeb
Him
spots
and
of all
Kim.
time, right? You get him, but his eyes are closed in the photo. Now, do you post that or do you track him down again and achieve the impossible twice?
Well, I'll wait again, but if I can't, I'll just post it.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
So, but you won't post it
Yeah,
until you
dude, it's
know
all
that
about
it
the
doesn't
algorithm.
happen.
I remember when I met Martin Short, he wasn't looking and he wasn't looking. So my friend edited the eyes a little bit to make it look like he was looking.
That's incredible.
I showed my dad that one last night because my dad went to see their show with Steve Martin that
If
he
Steve
did.
Martin said no to me at the underground car park.
Well, that's what I was surprised about because I was like, I know that Martin Short did a joint show with Steve Martin
Hmm.
recently because my parents went and I was like, well, where's the Steve Martin pic? Now that explains it.
That's the story.
This is why I wanted to get you on. I had so many questions.
The story with Steve Martin. The first day when he showed up at the
This is
hotel.
the comedian, by the way, and for those younger people, the dad and cheaper by the dozen.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
He wouldn't stop the first day, but then underneath the car park at the hotel,
Mm.
I said, "Come on, please, can I get a photo?" He was like, "Oh, fine, hurry up, make it quick." But then someone come running down the hill, and he's like, "Not too many people," and he just closed the door and drove off.
Ah, so the one that got away. So that's why you want to go to America, is to
Yeah.
complete that duo.
Yeah, so we should have played Celebrity Bingo with you. I mean, it would have been not fair. But so, is there anyone? Yeah. So like, okay, this is what we wanted to know. Is obviously the most asked question that we sent out. We were like to everyone, send in your like questions for Daniel because so many people are fascinated by your work and what you do. And
Art. more
Art,
more
yeah.
art than work.
Would you consider an art form? I think at this point it's bordering an art form.
Well, it's just more like a hobby. I go out when someone comes in that I want to get.
You're
Yeah.
being humble. I think you're being modest. What you do, I couldn't do.
Let's be honest, Daniel. You're the celeb spot king. Is
you're
there
here
anyone
because
in this country?
Like, you haven't peaked yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, what I was going to ask you, easily the most requested question was just, who's Daniel's favorite celeb that you've got a photo with?
Favorite one that I've got a picture
Yep.
with. Charlie Sheen probably.
Yeah, because you went up on stage at his
Yeah.
show.
So would you? Because
Because I was watching him from years ago back in 2.5 Men, and then he announced a tour a few years before that he came here, and then he cancelled that for I don't know what reasons.
probably all the
And-
tiger's blood.
Yeah, but then he come back, and I was like,
He was on meth.
and then I was like,
Yeah.
and then he come in a few days early, and I didn't know about it.
Mm.
And then I saw a photo of him at the airport. I'm like, oh crap. But then I saw on the news because the Channel 10 or Channel 7, I think it was, done an interview with him outside of his hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah. And then I went there that night and met him. And then his manager gave us free tickets to the show.
So,
And then I saw you were on stage at the show as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
how did that happen?
How did that happen?
I didn't. I was just in the audience and had no idea.
And they just brought you up.
Yeah,
Did they?
Like,
wh-
was
why
there
did
a
they,
reason?
What did they do?
because of course I was at his hotel nearly every day. And he
How many days were you there?
4.
4 days, just staking out, waiting
Yeah.
for him to come out.
Well, I met him 4 or 5 times because he signed all my stuff. And
Yeah.
He wouldn't really sign for anyone else, but he signed all my stuff.
Yeah, you know,
because
he
he noticed the
respects the game.
dedication.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
respects the game.
And you had all his DVDs. Like I would, if someone has all of my shit, I know they're an actual fan rather than someone who just wants a selfie. So I'll give them the time of day because people always stake outside my hotels, as you know.
That's never happened to you. No. And what actually amused me was when Daniel walked in. I've never seen a man less impressed actually by 2 people than when he met us. And that's fair enough because you've met, over the weekend. I was like, how was
Yeah.
your Australia Day weekend? And off air, Daniel goes, oh yeah, met B.O.B. And I was like, well,
Huge. We
can
can't
imagine,
compete. Well,
eh,
that's an interesting question. Is Luke and I have been kind of trying to work out what's the minimum requirement to make your Instagram. Like, do we make the cut or nah?
Oh, it just depends on who I like. Like, if I watch you or if I listen to your music, then I'll get a photo.
okay.
So-
There's no
'cause
minimum requirement.
We thought
Okay.
we thought Christian and Tommy Little we thought were the most achievable ones you've got. Maybe. Oh, was there anyone below that? Nah.
I don't know. So what we're saying is, Daniel, is after this interview, are we going to make the Instagram or
yes,
nah?
you will.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's incredible. What a win for the
Thank
show.
you. We really appreciate that.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Man.
I'm excited.
Oh,
People are going to lose their minds.
dude, that. Do you reckon? Now, look, I don't want to say that we've look. Let's be honest. You were telling us before we started recording. How many followers have you got since we've talked about on the show?
Well, I started on 2,230.
Yep.
So I think I've gained about 1,200.
Okay. Since we've talked about it.
That's
Yes.
good.
So I don't want to say that this won't happen, but do you think that the photo of us against all odds, probably the 2 least known people on your Instagram, may be the most liked?
I reckon it probably would be.
That
What
will
is
be-
your most liked? What do we have to beat?
I think it's like 350, 400 or something.
Oh,
Who
we can
was,
smash
who was
that.
that? Was that Arnie or something?
No, that
Bono.
was one of the recent ones because I didn't really get that many likes before I used to.
Uh,
And then everyone's just like,
oh yeah, so it was like
Yeah.
Lil Pump and
Yeah.
it was I think it was Troye Sivan actually. The most
Sivan. Yeah,
recent
well,
one.
Troye Sivan's an Australian icon at this point.
Yeah.
He's the boy who made it.
So-
the boy from Oz.
Is the first time you heard about our show just when your Instagram started blowing up?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought it was a joke at first with the first message. I'm like, yeah, who the fuck are you, basically?
Yeah,
And
fair.
then I got about 10 in a row within like the space of 5 minutes. I'm like, and then I messaged you guys.
Yeah,
I was like, I keep on getting these messages. What's all that about?
yeah.
And then you were like, and then I found your Instagram. I want you on the show, and I was like, and then you started messaging, and then, well, now here I am.
We made it happen.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Now, Christian Hull.
It wasn't just us that
I was
made
gonna say it
happen.
wasn't just us that made it happen. So Christian Hull sent you a message.
Yeah,
Yep. Did you get that?
yeah, I got that.
Yep. Now was that part of the reason as to why you came?
No, I already said that I was gonna go to Christine and a couple of my other friends. I said, "Oh yeah, I'll do it before Christian messaged me."
So Lewis,
Oh no.
so Lewis didn't have to make that offer on the show.
No,
So
we
I've-
didn't have to.
So I've sacrificed
But would you
for nothing.
No, not for nothing. Would you say that it was a bit of a cherry on the top as to why you wanted to come in?
Yeah. a little
Yeah,
bit.
Christian wanting you to be here kind of was sealed the deal.
Because well,
I
mentioned
still think it was a good
I
thing to do
mentioned
for
it
the
to
show.
my friend Johnny,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, you've got to do it." Like Lewis Spears is hilarious because
Yeah.
he knew you from a couple of years ago, my
Yeah.
friend.
So, so what did when you started this journey? Did you ever think that like strangers on the internet will be trading pictures of their own penis just to talk to you?
No, I never would have expected that.
But that's no Celeb Hunter's goal, but it is a product of being the best. I guess.
Sometimes, man,
Yeah.
you just create waves.
Now, we had a few questions, right? So the biggest overall question is obviously not every celeb spot is the same. I understand that. I'm not a rookie myself, but how is it done? Let's go through a general standard airport stakeout. Do you know what time the celeb is leaving or landing?
Sometimes.
Okay. And is there Facebook groups? We think there might be Facebook groups. That's how we think.
No, half the time I've got friends in other states that I've met throughout this hobby,
Mm.
and they'll be like, "Okay, this person just got on the plane. This is the flight number. Wait there."
Oh, so you've got
intel.
agents like in every country just waiting at the airport. So if someone boards a plane, you tell your friends.
Oh, so it's
and
like
they'll
common
tell you.
etiquette in the game to just
Right.
Ah.
And then
It's a team sport.
when you find that out though, is that like your secret or do you tell other people?
I usually tell people.
Yeah, you just tell the
I only
ones you
tell
like.
people. I only tell people to help me.
Well, that's
That's
the thing.
good.
We got some messages from people in this celeb spot game who were like, "Hey, you know, Dan, like he seemed like a few people seemed to like be, you know, like
Kinda anti-Daniel.
Anti-Daniel.
Bit of
And
controversy
Don't
in
worry.
the scene.
Hey, don't worry. We were like, hey, get the fuck out of here. He's the king.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're
don't worry.
just,
We
they're
have your
just
back.
jealous of the king of all celeb
Yeah,
spots, right?
I bet
They're-
you like you landed way better photo. You've got people manipulating Martin Short's eyes. They're probably out here posting these whacked out Martin Short photos like fools. So
I know, yeah.
we
Like,
just thought, like, is there a lot of animosity between different people in this area, like in the celeb spotting game?
like, is there lots of
Is-
competition?
yeah,
Yeah, sometimes.
yeah. So it can get a little bit nasty. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
What's like the most? Has anyone
Has anyone sabotaged you?
like-
People do.
like, you know,
Really? Like
really,
what?
like jumped in front of you last minute and got the selfie?
So would you say that inspires you? You kind of have to be like more upfront and more ruthless. You got to
Well-
jump in, get those photos.
Like I used to be more like shy and not want to walk up to him and push him, but now I just don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah, that's why he's the best.
So you'd say it's like celeb spotting is like 90% celeb spot and then 10% rugby.
pretty much.
Yeah, and then a little bit of confidence on that as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, so this is honestly what we thought when we first saw your Instagram. I had two theories. One of my theories, now this is probably wrong now from knowing you, but I thought, this is what I thought. I was like to Lewis, I'm like, what? I think maybe your dad or someone you knew ran. Is there a celebrity entrance to the airport, like a secret entrance?
Oh, for the big ones. but
Yeah.
Not
W-
normal.
We thought
And-
someone
but do you know
knew
where that
ran
is?
that section.
The
I know-
secret entrance.
I know where it is, but you can't get to it.
Right.
Ah,
Sometimes it's just like sometimes they can drive out.
yeah.
Sometimes it's just like a door.
See, we thought you had like in person at the airport telling you this person's coming in today, like, so we're gonna like.
But it's just your
it's just
intelligence
your-
network.
It's more just the network of people.
Sometimes it takes more to find them than what it takes waiting.
Right.
And now this is another question that we got asked a lot. What's been the longest stakeout for us for a photo?
Zac Efron probably.
How many? Was
That's
it
a
days?
big one.
Hours?
It's about, I think it was a day camped outside Premier in Sydney. Late.
Wow.
A whole day.
24 hours, like through the night.
Yeah.
Did you fly to Sydney for that?
Yes.
Really? Just for the Zac Efron snap?
Well, Zac Efron and Matt Damon at one stage.
But it's a double
Of course.
It
I mean,
was Zac Efron. I didn't meet him the first time I tried, but
Yeah.
I met him like about a couple months later when
See?
he come back for a different.
right.
He's the one that got away, and you got to
But
persist.
you still got it. So when you fly over, is that like an Emirates situation or Jetstar, Tiger?
Philly Jetstar.
Jetstar,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good. So
I
it's
flew
not
I flew
Tiger.
Virgin once because once I booked Tiger, they cancelled my plane.
Mm,
Yep, that's happened to me before.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a Tiger boy. You know, I'm not made of money, but
And you know what? If you fly Virgin, chances are you might spot a celeb as well on the flight anyway. So it's
does
like,
that ever happen?
No.
I've
No.
one time Matthew Richardson, the AFL player, was on a plane, and also the comedian Reese Nicholson, who I've met a few other times, but I was pretty excited
wouldn't
to
say
see him
that
out in
Reese
the wild.
counts as he's just like kind of a colleague.
Yeah, but this was before I did stand up. So,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
I'll count that one.
And also Campbell Brown, another footy player. Now that's the one thing I noticed. This is kind of why I think it's cool. You don't often do sports people because it's just people you like, right?
I meet sports people if they walk past me, but I don't go out for them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. And like, who's the biggest sports person you've ever met?
I don't
There's
even
so
know,
many.
like, 'cause there's not that many sports people.
Okay, on yours. Well,
Have you ever met a Kardashian?
No.
No. Okay.
Never tried.
Would you though? That'd be a big one.
If they come back, but not really that.
that one,
fast.
I would say that one would be like
Impossible.
one of the hardest. That'd be
Yeah.
next to impossible.
Kanye. That's why Kanye would be really hard as well.
I know some of them are hard, but I know Kim's usually pretty easy because a lot of my mates have met her.
Okay, right.
Kim's pretty
So-
approachable.
So we didn't get to it before. Who's the ultimate for you that you don't have?
The Rock.
Yeah, I
Dwayne.
like that. Man of
Yep.
taste. That's good.
Yeah. And have
He,
you?
you know, you could probably get him
Wasn't
because
he
he
here
does
with
Australia
Jumanji?
tours.
No, they didn't do a Jumanji premiere, did they?
No.
Yeah.
He was meant to come down for the Baywatch premiere in Sydney, but he had to cancel, so they bring out Alexandra Daddario.
I don't know who that is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Who's that? Is that a girl?
Oh, you should know who she is.
Is she attractive?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
obscenely so.
Who's the hottest celeb you've ever met?
Don't know. I've met that many.
Like, don't know. They're all hotties, man.
Yeah, they are. They really are. If you're a celeb,
I
like,
saw you met
good
Sarah
chance.
Jessica Parker. That's a pretty big get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask a
There's so
question. It's
many
gone.
questions. I've
We
got-
have we have here. We thought we would go through, Daniel, with you some celeb spots that our listeners have gotten.
Which, by the way, we need to play the opener. Have you heard that we do a segment called Celeb Spots on our show, which is kind of the reason why we wanted you to come in. Now, we've been doing this segment for 2 years now, maybe.
Yeah.
And here's the opener, by the way.
Business.
Nope.
If you're seeing a person you know, and they're doing some really weird shit, email the Luke and Lewis show, and then talk about it.
Really, just your theme song now.
That's almost, yeah. Have you ever thought about, like, I don't know. Yeah, have you ever thought about, like, the fact that this is really interesting,
What you do?
what you do?
Sometimes, because I do get messages a lot of the time. How do you do it?
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
That's what everyone wants to know. But
Do you, okay?
kinda like a
how
magician.
about what are your top 3 tips for spotting celebs? Like, what's the top 3 things you have to be aware of? Is it knowing the hotels? Is it staking out? Is there special techniques that you have?
sometimes even if you know the hotel, you know that it doesn't matter, but it's usually passed along. Like, if someone finds out, they'll tell me.
Mm.
So I don't find out a lot of stuff. It's usually just 3 people.
just
So
little
it's if you know, you
birdies.
know. So it's just having that, being plugged into that intelligence network.
Yeah.
Some
that's good.
celebrities are stupid and post their hotel.
Yeah,
So
that makes it
that
easier.
makes it easy.
And you
Yeah.
make sure they know when you get a photo. You get
You
the
go, "You
selfie,
idiot."
then go dummy as you walk away.
Yeah,
You
'cause
should
I remember.
should start getting arrogant. About like the third time you've met Lil Pump, you're like, "Oh, idiot, you're making this too easy." And then
I
Try
rem-
harder.
I remember with Alex Paul from the Chainsmokers.
Mm.
When I met him, he literally posted the hotel, and then the security guard's like, "Oh, how did you know we were here?"
I don't think that's that big though. Like remember Radio Mike once was just in an
Chainsmokers are
elevator with them.
huge.
Yeah, but remember Radio Mike once was like, "Oh, they asked me to go get them from the radio station." Like,
Right.
yeah.
I guess their music's huge, but maybe
Yeah.
them individually, maybe not.
The biggest person we ever met at the radio station was Rita Ora. Have you met her?
Yes.
See, we can't impress you. Like we're trying to get Reese Maston
She's
here to
not that
lure you
nice.
on.
She stopped for me and she wouldn't do it for the rest of my friends.
She's not that nice.
No.
Oh, well, she
Oh.
stopped for you. You know, because she respects the king. But anyway, I think she's. I think she gets it.
She's nice to royalty.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you know that's what you deserve, mate.
Now-
So I wanted to ask, who's the rudest celeb? What's the rudest thing a celeb's
Was it
done?
the rudest or the hardest to get to?
Rudest. So obviously you said Steve Martin didn't want a bar of you. Was there anyone
No,
ruder than that?
He was gonna stop, but someone ruined it.
Okay.
Yeah. So who's the rudest?
Probably Ellie Goulding or someone like that.
Really? I like her music.
What did she do?
She acted like we weren't there, just walked through and we were asking her for a photo. The bodyguards would like just piss off and she just wasn't having a bar of anything.
Oh, so she didn't even say no.
No, she didn't even say hello, didn't wave.
Yeah, you know what you should have
didn't-
yelled? This is why you're going to write another breakup album after this. Have you ever thought
disrespected
that
the
it's
king for the last time?
Yeah, have you ever thought that it's you? You know those
Yeah.
girls like Taylor Swift who write the same breakup album over and over again? And it's like at some point you need to start looking internally, being like, am I the problem? Ellie, maybe she's the problem, you know? Oh, look at Keelan's reacting like, oh, mate, that's a bit rude. Right?
You know what's rude?
Yeah.
Right? Not getting a photo with the celeb spot king.
Yeah.
That's fucking rude.
Were you asking politely? Did you say please?
Yes.
Exactly. What a bitch. All right.
And who was the nicest? Did we do that already? No.
Oh, the nicest.
Yeah.
Been a few.
Yeah.
Like Shawn Mendes back in the day.
Yeah.
But not anymore. He's changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fame changes everyone.
So, what's the most amount of times you've met celebs? Because Lil Pump was 4, 3.
3.
Can I
so-
guess from looking at your Instagram?
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Really?
Probably Delta Goodrum.
Really? Yeah.
you know
true.
what? This brings me back to don't worry, I've done my
'Cause
research.
over the years, I've met her probably 10 times or more.
10 times.
This has been one of
Does
your
she
first
remember
ever
you?
celeb spots was at
Yeah.
Westfield in Knox.
Yeah.
I've seen it on your gram, mate. Don't worry, it's public knowledge. I'm not a creep. Well, I am. I stalked you to 2015, but that was one of the first ones you posted.
It was early on, yeah.
It was very
So,
early.
if
in the
you've
game.
met her 10 times, she remembers you. Are you guys on like a first name basis? Like, does she call you
Do you call her
Daniel? Does she
Delts?
call you Danny? You call her Delts? Does she say Your
No,
Highness?
She just recognises my face, that's really it.
Okay.
Because Christian recognised you, and he's only met you twice.
I've met him more than twice, it's only just 2 photos.
Okay. Well, that's why he recognised you. then.
Right. Well, we have some celeb spots from our listeners, and we wanted to get the King's idea of whether or not these are good celebs or whether they're boring.
That's the
Like,
thing. A few people have sent us in their own celeb spots to be rated by you. So people are like, oh, look, I think this is good, but what does the king think? So you just be honest.
If it impresses you, sure. If it's nothing, don't worry about it. Just say boring, right? So we've got this one. This listener saw Sophie Monk in a corporate high-rise, and she was vaping in a 1x1 broom closet because of smoking restrictions, and she got in trouble. Is that a good spot?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
That's good.
Pretty good.
I think the fact that you caught Sophie Monk doing something a little bit irresponsible is the reason why that makes that juicy.
That's good.
Have
Okay.
you ever seen a celeb committing a crime?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Law-abiding celebs.
How about this one? This listener
Look at us
said-
just trying to get mad scoops off you. We're turning into TMZ.
That's good.
We're just trying to get like little cool clickbaity headlines, you know?
This listener was in London and they saw John Cena in the street, but they didn't get to say hi because they had to get on the bus.
And he probably also just disappeared.
Yeah,
so.
is that good or?
That's good, but I would have said fuck the bus.
That's true. That's why he's the king, you know, sacrificing that, getting there on time to grab John Cena.
Have you got John Cena before?
Nah.
Probably
I
good to
you?
see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have there been any
Wait.
celebs that you just like? What's the best celeb you did not plan to get? Like you just saw them.
You stumbled across
Arnold.
Juice WRLD.
Arnold,
Arnold and Juice WRLD, probably.
really?
I haven't met Arnold, but once I got punched in the chest by a security guard. Are you impressed with that?
I think I know which security guard. Was it the big one?
They're all big.
The big
They're
bald-
Arnold's security
The
guards.
big bold guy, he's nearly hit me before.
Finally, we have a listener was at a venue and they went to use the bathroom, and Adam Sandler asked them for toilet paper.
This one's in
the
our best of
bathroom.
all time. Hall of Fame.
This is our best one. Adam Sandler asked them for toilet paper in a public bathroom.
Like underneath the door.
That's one of my favorite actors. One of them.
Yeah, and do you reckon that's a good
Yeah,
spot?
that's-
Like if Adam Sandler asked you for toilet paper under a door, do you give it to him?
Yes.
Or do you say, go fuck yourself, Adam, you're a grown-ass man, wipe your own bum?
I reckon this is what happens. He goes, I'll give you one if you give me a photo. Bit of bargaining.
Just a selfie under the door.
Yeah. He passes the phone over. Take a selfie.
Yeah, okay.
So that's a good one. Okay, well those are all three good ones. There we go.
Another Hall of Famer that we've had. What was it? There was Adam one. There was another great one. No, it's escaped to me. You know why? I'm
Osher
nervous.
Gunsberg buying a
Oh
Rolls
yeah,
Royce.
Osher. Have you ever met Osher Gunsberg?
Don't even know who that is.
He might be one of the biggest celebs on our show.
I'm sorry.
That we ever talk about.
Have you not heard of the other king, the TV
The
king?
celeb king.
Yeah, like you're the celeb spot king, but
Surely you know him.
the
I've
guy
got
who
a
hosts The
photo.
Bachelor and the
Oh,
Masked
yeah,
Singer,
yeah, yeah.
beautiful hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was his other name?
Adam G from Australian Idol. Andrew G.
Andrew G.
You know
No?
why? I don't. You know, like hang
Don't
nuts,
dead
but
name
Yeah,
him.
I'm not dead naming Osher. That's rude. It's disrespectful.
Well, what we also we were
haven't met
talking
Osher?
about
Can you? Oh, you know what? If you ever find out where Osher is, can you tell me?
because we'll do a stakeout.
Because
together.
we will do a stake. Oh, that's the one thing we did want to bring up.
Mm,
We're kind of nervous to ask because we didn't know if we were like qualified and we don't want to cramp your style.
yeah.
But do you reckon it will be possible for us to come with you one day on a stakeout?
Yeah, you can if you. Depends who do you want.
Who can we get? Like we just want to be there for the journey.
I can bring you so you can get your photo with Arnold
What? When?
When?
when he's here in March or something.
That could work. Do you reckon
Oh
we'll
yeah,
get
we'll
one?
be in. We'll be in. This is Melbourne.
Because
yeah?
I've been within a meter of him before, and last time it didn't go to plan.
Okay,
So-
maybe.
I know. I've seen that video where you try to ask.
Yeah, it didn't go to plan at all.
You've
did
seen
it?
that. What did
Yeah.
Luke do wrong, in your opinion?
Well, it's always at the convention. He doesn't. It's hard.
Mm.
So you don't actually go see him at the convention. That was my first mistake.
Yeah,
I
so
got
where,
him coming
where would
off
you
stage.
have gone?
Hotel or airport.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So when Arnie's in town around March, we'll do a
Hang on,
stakeout.
is there any other ones? Because I've already. That's the thing.
Is there
no
anything
offense,
coming
but
up?
I've already been
Anything's-
around the great man. I feel like I want.
Is there anything coming up
something
more
new.
recently that you know of?
I've got not much plans.
Okay.
Well, over the weekend you did B.O.B. Was that a spontaneous thing?
Well, yeah, because I found this hotel out. I'm like, oh fuck it, I'll go.
Yeah. How many hours at the hotel?
Well, the first day, 5 hours didn't seem like I saw him walk in, but then he was pretty rude.
Right.
Yeah.
But then,
That's what gets me is like these people are blatantly rude to you and you stay there. Like I'd be like, fuck you, I'm leaving.
yeah. So you don't get offended by?
because the first day, I was like, can I get a photo? He said, oh yeah, give me your phone.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he went from Apple Music. He's like, no, you haven't downloaded enough songs.
Oh,
No.
smart! What an asshole!
That's good. That's what Lewis would do.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
you know what? That's what
So you
I
got
do.
busted for not being a real fan.
No, I had like 8, 9 of his songs. He's like,
That's
no.
enough,
He's like, not enough. He didn't.
mate. You're B.O.B., bro. No one's got your album.
I only
You got-
know the one he did with Hayley Williams. I know Aeroplanes. What's his other songs? Oh, Magic. Is
How
that him?
honestly?
I got the
How often does
magic.
fucking B.O.B. think when he opens up someone's music out that there's going to be more than 0 songs on there?
There'd be 0 on mine. Oh no, 1. There'd be 1 probably. The Airplanes one.
Yeah, but I understand where he's coming from because sometimes if I meet a fan like
It's so
the day
annoying.
after a show and they go, man,
Why are you in
Why are you
Adelaide?"
in Sydney, bro? I go, I see the level of commitment
Fake
here.
fans.
0.
You know, you got to be wary of it. So yeah, so you did 5 hours the first day of the weekend, then the Sunday, so Australia Day, you kept the stakeout.
Yeah,
So that's how you spent Australia Day, which is outside B.O.B.'s house.
yeah. The hotel, yeah.
Great.
Would you do it again?
Well, I've already got him, so probably not again.
No. Okay. Good. Good. I like that. Now,
We did
oh,
want
hang on.
to.
We had another one for him to rate from Nick. Nick
Did
from
we?
the email. Yeah. Nick Baxter.
Oh yes, I've got this
wanted-
one here.
wanted
All right, this is
one-
from Nick. Okay.
It was just subjected with Celeb Spot to be reviewed by the King.
Okay. So,
So you
hey boys,
you be honest.
I'm a rookie celeb spotter, but I got the big fish in a place that was not the airport. I was down in Byron Bay. I went to go to one of the beaches there, and as I drove into the car park, I drove past the big fish from Byron himself, Chris Hemsworth.
Which you've met a couple times.
Huge celebrity. So already not that impressed, but wait for the story. Let's see how
Okay.
we go. I quickly found a space and parked my car, and I went up to the parking meter to register my car. I was thinking about how long I would spend at the beach to figure out how much money I put in the machine, and as I finished, I turned around to see a large masculine figure standing behind me. It was Chris Hemsworth paying for his car at the parking meter. I find it funny that he was standing behind me for a minute just watching me do my own. When I was done, I quickly scuffled away, not wanting to bother him, as I could see that his kids were playing at his car and his wife was there as well. For the whole afternoon, though, I had a constant eye over at Chris and his family on the beach as I watched him and his family spend a nice day at the beach going for a bit of a surf.
This is nearing into erotic fan
Strange,
fiction.
watching
at
his
this
kids
point.
at the beach.
Yeah.
Bit weird. I didn't have the balls to actually go and get a photo with him, purely because I thought it was a bit of a dick move to ask someone for a photo.
How would you respond to that, Daniel?
Just if you want a photo, just ask him.
Yep.
He's a pretty chill guy.
Have more confidence. He's an
There you
Australian
go.
I
guy.
remember once I was at Crown. I saw him, his wife, and his brother.
Mm.
And he had even when he had the
As
kids
in
with him-
Liam or the lesser known brother?
No, the lesser known.
What's his name?
Luke.
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 Ah, the
I
classic.
didn't even know that guy existed.
Yeah, there's a third brother. Didn't you know that?
Jeez. Guys named Luke are forgettable,
Yeah,
aren't they?
he had his kids with him, and he still didn't care. He just took the photo. He's like, "You want an autograph?"
That's
Oh, he's
good.
giving out extras. Man,
Awesome.
Thor's a legend.
So before we started recording, Daniel, a story came up that your sister Christine said that you have to tell on the podcast about Kevin Hart. We haven't heard anything about this, but your sister brought it up and all of you laughed and went, oh. So what's the Kevin Hart story?
Well, me and Christine flew to Sydney to try and get Kevin Hart,
Mm-hmm.
and then at the red carpet, he wouldn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
He waved, but that's really about it.
Yep.
So I said, "Fuck this shit." And then there was a line for the people that had tickets for
My
the movie.
man. Doesn't take no for an
And there was-
answer.
There was a line for media.
Yeah.
And you were like, I got a phone. I'm media.
Yeah, I pushed past the security guard at the media. They're like, "Where's your ticket?" I said, "There's your fucking ticket."
Wait, you gave the finger to the
Yeah,
security.
And then
He's the king.
and then I ran onto the red carpet, and then I told Kevin that I was from Melbourne. He's like, "I'll quickly take the photo then."
Yeah. And you got the spot?
Yeah.
Then did you get kicked out?
Oh, no.
Well done.
That's incredible.
That is great stuff. Hang on.
Amazing.
So, did you get kicked out after that?
What, the security grabbed me by the arm and was like, "You're coming with me." I'm like, "Oh shit."
Did you get arrested?
Nah. And then they're like, "Get out and don't come back."
That's all
It
right.
doesn't matter. You got the photo.
Fine.
Exactly.
You're like, I got what I came for, dickhead.
That's
like,
incredible.
Really, they should have gone, give me a phone, deleted the photo, then kicked you out. Now, that would have been a slap in the face.
I would have told him to fuck off.
Yeah.
So you'll really fight to the death for those selfies.
Yeah, I don't care. I'd already sent it to my friend anyway, so
Backed
it
it up.
wouldn't have
Good.
Ah, that's good. So
Already
you're
on the
all
cloud,
over it.
bitch.
That's good. Okay, and there was one other
It was,
story.
it was called the Good Friday story.
That one's not even funny.
That's all right. I was
What
still.
happened? Because
Was this the last year's Good Friday?
yeah,
Yeah.
because my sister knows Isaiah,
Who's that?
the singer from the X Factor.
Of
He was
course.
on the X Factor.
Yeah, we all
We all
know
know him. We all love him. I've got his album right now. Got all of
Isaiah,
it.
more like
His
Isaiah.
entire
Yeah, I
discography.
know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hadn't seen him all day, and she wanted to meet him, so I snuck into the backstage where all the people from the Good Friday hang out,
Mm-hmm.
and then I snuck
Hang on, like on the TV set,
pretty much. Yeah.
like where they do the phone calls for charity.
Yeah.
You were like, "Fuck this! I want my."
Daniel, I don't mean to be rude, but you don't strike me as the most stealthy person out there. How do you do this? Is it just confidence? Or are
You
you
just
sneaking?
pretend you have to be there.
No, I just pretended had a fake phone call, and the security guard didn't even question it.
That's so good. So you just walk in on the phone. So it's like when you don't want to talk to a salesperson, you're just on the phone, but it's security, you just walk straight in.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way you could top that is with a high vis and a ladder, really.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about going to those lengths, pretending you're a tradie?
No.
Oh, you should. That's when you go to America.
Mm.
You know, a big Hollywood party. Oh, I'm just gonna do some lighting, and then meanwhile, snap, snap, snap. You go out of there. I didn't even know anything about lights.
That was
Idiots.
just a flash.
Yeah.
Bloody fools. So you sneak onto the TV set.
Yeah, then it was funny. All the people "How'd you get in?" Because he knows my sister.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "I'm surprised I let you in," and we didn't tell him, but we're like, "We didn't get let in."
All right, that's the end. Yeah.
That was really the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good, right? Bit of trespassing, no worries. All right, well,
No, there's a couple more fan questions.
Okay,
Oh,
yep.
people will be. There's so many people had questions. All right, so this one came in from Michael on the email. Luke and Lewis 5. You can email the lukeandlewis5@gmail.com. Sorry, you can email the show at any time. Michael said, "What do you do to fill in the time while you wait for celebs? Angry Birds or?"
Sometimes just talk shit with mates.
Oh, so you like usually you never do solo stakeouts.
Sometimes.
Was B.O.B. a solo one?
Yeah.
What did you do?
It was solo at first, but then my mate
Joined you.
showed up a couple of hours later.
Okay.
that's good.
One time I
on
waited.
on the solo ones, what are you doing?
Just listening to music, just
But not B.O.B.
Pumping B.O.B., all those 8 songs you have on loop?
sometimes.
Yeah.
And just watching YouTube,
Yeah.
do whatever I can to not be bored shitless.
Yeah, right. Oh, so that's where you consume a lot of the content, so then you know the people
Plan
to
the
meet.
next one.
Yeah.
Oh, so really, you're just planning the next move. You never stop hustling, essentially. It's a 24/7 grind life.
Would you say that's why you're the king?
I'm not the king, but
Again, he's humble. Like
Humble-
spoken
humble
like a
king.
true king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Kings don't crown themselves. The
No,
people
they
do.
don't. People do. And you know what? Whether you like it or not, you've been crowned.
okay.
Well done. Now this one, by the way, I just want to say one time I waited. I rocked up 3 hours early for a Fall Out Boy concert so I could be near the front. Is that impressive in your books or not even?
I know people that have done like nearly 2-day waits before.
For concerts? Why? I did 4 hours once early to
I
the.
swear.
Oh,
2 days for who?
what's the longest you guys have ever waited?
Christine?
Was it Reese Maston? By the way, one of Daniel's
21
4
pilots.
days.
4 days?
What? To hear their one song that's like stressed out or whatever. Not worth it. You slept on top of a bridge, so you were homeless for 3 days to see 21 Pilots.
Was it worth it?
What?
I got a fist bump from my favorite member.
Got a fist bump from
Okay.
her favourite member. Pretty good.
Now that's Jen, correct? Yeah. So Jen and Christina are here. They came with Daniel. Fair enough. When you get invited to a sketchy warehouse district, you bring friends,
Yes.
right? And
Are
Jen,
these part of your Intel network?
Sometimes.
yeah, sometimes Jen actually has a Reese Maston lyric tattoo on her arm, and came in wearing a Reese Maston shirt. So she was welcomed
Incredible.
into the warehouse. And
We'll put a
open arms.
photo up here.
Yeah.
We love that.
It was very good. Now, Michael sent in another one. Who's your favorite musical artist?
Probably Post Malone.
Have you met him? Oh, you met him a couple times. Yeah. That was that a thrill?
What's he like? Seems like a
He's-
nice guy.
Everyone
cool.
says he's awesome.
Yeah, no, he doesn't give a shit. Like if he's got time, he'll sit there and talk to you.
Oh,
That's
what
cool.
a legend. Yeah, Posty's
That's
good.
so weird for someone that famous to be.
But you
that
can
chill.
tell, like, just like when he's been interviewed on H3 and other Tonight shows,
I know. I'm just
he's
saying,
just
it's,
a
like,
chiller.
it's so rare to
Yeah, it's
have
cool.
that with like someone crazy.
You know
famous.
what? It was people that had to work for it.
Yes.
Like, or he didn't make it when they were young, like that young.
Yeah.
He's young, but he's not that young, is he?
Nah.
Or does he just look old?
You know what's weird? He always calls Justin Bieber Big Bro. That's so strange.
Oh, so he is young.
Yeah, he's pretty young. But
Oh.
but his first
You can't tell when he's got
his
a
first
face
song
tat.
though that blew up. He wrote it and produced it and directed the film clip. So like he is a self-made star.
The White
I think.
Iverson one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one came in from Emily Wright, listener of the show. When did Daniel start his celeb hunting career, or was he born into it? You kind of mentioned that earlier, like your mum got
Your
you
mum
into
got
it.
you into it.
Yeah, the first person I ever met was at my soccer club back in the day. Was Kevin Rudd.
That was your
Whoa.
first one.
Yeah.
Was
So
that Kevin
Kevin
07?
started.
Like back?
Yeah.
Oh, so when he was
The
actually Prime
peak of
Minister.
Kevin.
And you met
Wow.
Kevin Rudd, you watched him play Downball or Foursquare, and you were like, this
Sold.
sold.
And then the next one wasn't for a few years after. It was just like in-store meet and greets.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people often do, like with stand up. Like they might do one gig, and then they'll be like, then 2 years later, they'll really get into it. So you got a little taste,
Yeah.
then you went back to your regular life, and you were like, no, I found a calling here. Let's pursue it.
Yeah, and then after I started doing the meet and greets, I
These like Westfield, JB Hi-Fi, stuff like that.
yeah, it's the only ones that really got announced. Like if I wanted it, I'd go. But
Yeah.
Like who are we talking? Like I noticed there was obviously the one with Delta.
Surely
think it was
360.
like-
He did a few.
Taylor Henderson or something, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reese Maston, I done a meet and greet for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I met a couple of friends along the way there that started bringing me out to the airport that have done this longer than me.
And then
So you just
got hooked.
like recognize other people, because obviously if you recognize a familiar face in a line, there's nothing else to do. You just naturally become friends and join the network. You get plugged into the matrix.
Talk shit until the time.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, what is more important than celeb spots?
upset.
What?
I'm upset.
We're doing an ad read.
Yeah, I'm upset because you broke the fucking
It's been
door.
fucked for ages. Don't
Look
blame
what
me.
you've done.
I didn't do
Now
that.
there's going to be a draft.
I'm here 2 days a week.
Yeah, and you've managed to break the door.
no, I didn't break
now
the
there's going to
door.
be a draft.
If anything, you broke the door originally,
Luke,
and then you
mine-
never fixed it.
No,
So
hey.
today it fell off when I opened it.
Luke.
I didn't even use any force.
There's going to be a draft.
Yep.
And now my nuts are going to be cold. What the fuck are we going to do about this?
Well, I've got
I'm
the
going to have
solution
cold
for
nuts.
you.
I don't think you do, because we're going to have a draft. There's nothing that
I have
can
the
protect my
solution
nuts
for
from the
you.
chill. What?
Nobby underwear.
Dude, no way.
Yes.
Really?
Yes way.
You reckon they can protect my nuts?
If I tell you where to get Nobby underwear, will you be mad still about the door?
Well, I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm still pretty angry because
Okay,
there's going to be a draft.
what if
and
I
I'm worried about
told
my
you
nuts.
you could fix your nut draft problem
Yeah,
for only $20 a month? What if I told you that?
mate.
He's no longer
sold.
mad.
Fuck the door.
Yep.
I welcome the draft.
Put it there.
That's awesome. $20 a month.
Yep.
What about
If you wanted to change any time,
mm?
or like, were you worried about maybe locking yourself into a contract and it
Yeah.
not being flexible? Don't worry about it because Nobby underwear is flexible.
So, well, that's good. So, in case
Just
the
$20 a
draft
month.
disappears, I can just get rid of the subscription, no questions asked.
Yeah, but by the time you get a few pairs in the mail, because they're so funky and
and
delightfully
comfortable,
comfy,
right?
yeah, you won't want to change.
That's true, but
Yeah.
it's just nice to have the option.
It's good to
even
have
though
the
I probably
option.
won't use it.
It's kind of like,
Yeah.
because often it's frustrating when you're definitely locked into something, but it's one of those
Yeah.
things where you'll realize how much you want to be a part of
Yeah.
the club, which is
Right.
what we're part of. We get sent Nobby underwear every month.
Mm-hmm.
The new months was great.
Yep.
Actually,
I'm
my
wearing
favorite
mine.
pair, which means I think they're improving.
Yeah. Well, so we've solved the problem with the draft affecting my nuts. But what about popular Australian rapper Draft's nuts?
Right.
Draft, his nuts. What about his nuts?
Well, he
draft?
could still do nobby.com.au.
Yeah.
By the way, they ship internationally. A lot of people ask that. They say, I'm from overseas and my nuts are feeling a draft, or my flaps are flapping in the wind.
Yeah.
And to that I say, just search Nobby underwear,
Yeah.
and you'll find it because they ship internationally.
So whether
as well.
you're international or you live in Australia, or if you've got chili nuts, or if your name is Draft and you're a rapper,
yeah,
Nobby underwear, would you say is
yeah.
for
Or if
them?
you're an architect and you're drawing up a draft.
Mm.
Either way, no matter what draft is entering your life, the point is anyone can use Nobby underwear.
What about if you're in a pub and you just wanted a draft,
A Carlton draft.
Carlton draft?
You should get a beer, but you'll be more comfortable drinking that beer
Yeah.
in Nobby underwear.
And what if you can't think of any more words that draft?
You just tell people to go to nobby.com.au and you
Oh,
end
well,
the ad
guys,
read.
just go to nobby.com.au to get your underwear, and I'm going to end the ad read there.
Yep. Now, do you actually buy a Virgin Lounge pass for the year just to have somewhere good to hang out when you're there?
No.
No.
You can't get into the lounge unless you have a flight that day, even if
Ah.
you have a membership, which I learnt because I got a membership and then tried to get in on a Tiger flight. They didn't let me in.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So, like, what do you do at the airport all day? Just chill out in the general, like, is it like the domestic arrival?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to know this. What's the best food to get at the airport? Surely you would know this better than anyone. I'm always thinking that. I don't know what to get when I'm there.
I just usually get whatever's closest to where I am.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to miss the celeb.
Yeah, true.
Because
Okay.
if you leave for 2 seconds, that's the window sometimes.
Mm.
Sometimes.
Do you ever starve yourself, like, just because you need that thing, eh? Like, do you ever just
You need that
avoid
spot.
going to the toilet or to get food because you're worried
Only
they're going
at
to
the
come out?
hotels at the airport. Like, I'll
Yeah.
just go when I need. But at the hotels, I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't want to leave. I'll just wait.
Have you
have
ever,
you ever pissed in a bottle, Daniel?
No.
so you know, like, what's the most desperate thing you've ever done in a celeb spot? Craziest one?
Like, what do you mean?
What's
Just
what's the length that you've
Yeah, what's
gone
the
to?
most desperate measure you've gone to getting a photo? Like, did you?
7 up.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
a security guard will go fuck himself is pretty
Yeah,
good,
that-
actually.
Yeah, we've heard that story. Yeah, there's no way to
Yeah.
top that. Yep, fair.
This pretty much gets to the next question, which was from Jen. What's the most extreme thing you've done celeb spotting? Because that's already it.
That
Yeah.
was from her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you're
Oh.
Jen. Oh, okay. Sorry.
okay.
Here's us thinking we have heaps of fans who listen to our show. It's just your friends sending in questions.
That's good though.
She done it to be smart ass to get me to tell that story.
Ah,
Yeah.
good.
Well, I'm glad that we got there.
That's
That's good.
good. Well, Yeah. Do you have any more?
I'd say just to wrap it up, Daniel. Do you have like a goal or like what's your plan? Is it just to get as many photos as you can? Do you want to be known for getting photos? Like, is there like a goal that you have in mind with this, or is it just
a hobby?
It's just really meet who I like, and that's really just about it. Like, I don't give a shit about the followers or likes.
Mhm.
It's just doing what I like.
Respect the
Right.
game.
so? So it's just a passion for you. And do you think you're going to do it forever?
Do you reckon you could go pro?
Not forever, but just for now, it's just what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Because your mum still does it. Like she dabbles. I saw.
Like, very few.
Yeah.
Mm.
So she only goes for the ones she really likes. I saw like
I mean, you don't have to try that hard when you're in the royal family. You know, there's only one king.
that's true. It's true.
Got him.
Yeah. So next, so often when you get a guest on, it's like, what's next for you? You know, usually they talk about new album, new release. What's next for Daniel Tocknell?
What next person?
Yeah, who's your next celeb spot? Who are you staking out?
Tonight's Fatboy Slim.
Oh, he was playing at the tennis yesterday.
Yeah.
That's good. And
Whereabouts?
This will come out after. So where are you going?
Well, in South Yarra.
Yeah, and
Just his
hotel.
hotel?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
and there's a TV studio that I'll go to probably.
do you know what he looks like?
Yes.
Obviously. I'm an idiot. Sorry, I'm talking to the king. I sometimes forget that I'm usually talking to rookies on this show.
Is he fat or slim?
He's slim.
And what
Slim.
age is
He's-
he?
you know,
Is
he's
he a
like a
man or a
60-year-old
boy?
guy.
Man, but I don't know his age.
Yeah, okay.
So really, the name of his act isn't an accurate
Mm.
description of him.
Maybe
I was actually going to go
he's just
see him
trying
on
to throw
Sunday.
Daniel off.
Hey, did you get the Veronicas? I saw the Veronicas at the tennis during the week,
Oh, I've met them a few times before.
Oh, you got
but you
them
weren't
old
interested
news.
because they were back in Melbourne. You didn't care.
Didn't care.
Okay, interesting scenario. You haven't got the Veronicas yet, right? You get a photo with just one of them. Are you posting that, or are you waiting until you get both?
So
at
that's
the same
only a
time?
Veronica.
Oh, sometimes I just wait.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
because
they're a double act.
You don't want half a set.
They're not that big to me, so
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Dude, that
Yeah.
they were real good though. Okay, how's this one? You impressed with this? Tell the story of my comedy special. You can get it at lukehidgel.com if you want the full story, but I'll give you a teaser. I'm backstage at Jimmy Fallon last year. By the way, high five Jimmy Fallon. Does that impress you?
Yeah, that's good.
Good. That is a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kesha was backstage. Long story short, I bumped her over twice. Once to the ground. Now, does a Kesha accidental assault impress you?
That's actually
Pretty good.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever met Kesha?
No, I didn't try.
Sucked in.
Hey, how dare you disrespect my majesty?
Yeah, sorry.
No,
No, but also like, come on, man.
how about this?
Do you would you meet Kesha? Or are you not interested?
I didn't try when she was here because I slept in.
Okay, so clearly Kesha's not that important to you. Have you met Pitbull?
Have you met our Pitbull,
Keep it that
the
way.
dog?
Who?
Our Pitbull, just the dog.
The breed of dog.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Alright.
So
So you're one step away from meeting the actual Pitbull.
yeah,
Mr.
was that like a
Worldwide.
bit of a practice run for you?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the vibe.
Yeah. Okay.
Does this impress you? I've got Andy Lee's number in my phone, and he's texted me back.
From Andy from
Hamish
Hamish
and
and Andy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Great.
I have Reese
Cool.
Maston's number. Would you like me to call him now? Would that impress you?
If you want.
Would it impress you? I'm only going to do it if it impresses you.
Yeah.
If I do call him and he does pick up, this is not planned, by the way.
Yeah, we haven't played it.
What would you like me to say to him, or what are you going to say to him?
No, I'm not sure.
You're not
Alright.
sure?
So it's just going to be a bit of improv.
Now, do
That's-
you
that's-
Hey Siri, call Reese Maston.
do you think Reese will pick up Luke's call?
No, I don't know what it is. No, not sure.
Not sure. Okay.
It'd be funny if you didn't.
It's not going to.
I bet he won't even be awake.
Oh yeah, it's only 1 p.m. He's a musician. He's
Yeah.
got like 2 more hours of sleep. I feel like this is going to be pretty
Oof.
unimpressive.
Oh no.
One more ring.
You're embarrassing the two of us, Luke. It's gonna go to voicemail.
We'll cut all this out.
No.
Luke isn't here right now, but I'll give him a message and
We'll
I'll
leave
get
a
him to
message.
text you
Would
back
you like to
later,
leave a
but,
message,
you
Daniel?
can always chuck
No?
him a text or send him a letter. See you later.
Hey Reese, is your message tone in the third person? You just said send him a letter. Anyway, Reese, sorry, we're just calling you for something on the show.
But you didn't answer.
Hoping to catch up soon. You've let me down. You've made me look stupid in front of the Celeb Spot King. I forgive you. Love your work. Bye.
Now, are you disappointed by that?
No, it's even funnier.
He's happy to make me. You know why?
Mm.
Because you'd never go for that, would you? Because you know your limitations with celebs.
Mm.
I'm just doing whatever. I was so desperate to impress you then that it got a little out of hand.
Yeah, well, we'd like to end this with an apology. Sorry about that.
And sorry to Reese Maston for calling you.
Yeah. Is anything else you want to say to the people out there?
Not really.
No? All right. Well, thanks for coming on the show,
That's okay.
Daniel. And just before you go, have a Kirk's creamy soda, sugar-free
It's
on
on
me.
us, on the house. You deserve it. And Keelan's generously giving you one of his there.
Yeah.
Which is he doesn't do. He's usually pretty protective over his Kirks.
So thanks to Daniel for coming on the show. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. He is the king. We are serious about that. And if you want to see the best celeb spots you'll ever see in your life, check him out on Instagram.
You will not regret it.
And thanks for coming on the show, mate. Really appreciate
thanks
it.
for revealing your secrets.
And that's why he's the king.
All right.